What would you do if the person you idolized endorsed everything you stood against? Elphaba Thropp had to make that quick decision when the Wizard and Madame Morrible put her moral integrity to the test in Wicked. Elphaba spent months learning to hone her magical abilities to earn an audience with the wizard, who turned out to be the mastermind behind silencing the intelligent animals of Oz. Although she had the opportunity to join him, she stole the Grimmerie, a spellbook capable of great evil, and pledged to stop him, becoming a villain to everyone in Oz. The last we saw of Elphaba, she soared toward the western skies on her flying broom. But with Wicked for good on the near horizon, now's the perfect time for a video theorizing what pivotal moments might occur in the film's continuation.
No. Please. Let me try. Let me prove myself.
Number 1. Elphaba's Witch Hunt. At the end of Wicked, Elphaba flees from the wizard's tower with the Grimmerie, believing his intentions for the animals and people of Oz to be evil. As she escapes with the book, a broadcast goes out to everyone in the Emerald City, stating that she stole the Grimmerie, painting her as a villain who needed to be stopped. She's pursued through the clouds and around the tower by guards and flying monkeys, while the civilians down below learn that Elphaba Thropp is nothing more than a wicked witch who betrayed their beloved wizard. In the original Wicked musical, the story opens with the citizens of Munchkinland creating Elphaba's supposed death, even burning a replica of her. We see in the first Wicked film and in the trailer for Wicked for Good several wanted posters and flyers throughout Oz depicting Elphaba as a dangerous individual. This suggests a large-scale witch hunt which will likely unfold in the sequel, with Elphaba hiding in plain sight, evading the wizard's soldiers, and fleeing from angry Ozians who want her captured.
Elphaba! You want to do yourself some good? Get her back.
Number 2. The Flying Monkeys Revolt. Although the intelligent animals of Oz, who once knew how to talk and held regular jobs like any other, had gone missing throughout the first part of the film, the wizard maintained a squadron of monkeys as his personal guard. When Elphaba arrived to meet him, he tricked her into reading the Grimmerie by claiming the commander Chistery loved to watch the birds. When Elphaba used a spell to give him wings, she was appalled that the transformation caused him physical pain. The spell was also more powerful than she anticipated, transforming every monkey in the nearby vicinity. Although most of them appeared hesitant to do so, they obeyed the wizard's commands after they were threatened to be separated from their families. The wizard also blamed their wings and debilitating pains on Elphaba, motivating the monkeys to pursue her across Oz. However, during the events of The Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch is the one with a fleet of flying monkeys at her command, whom she sends out time and again to apprehend Dorothy. Therefore, the wizard's flying monkeys must inevitably revolt against him and change sides during For Good, pledging their loyalty to Elphaba. Number 3. Nessa Rose becoming mayor. Aside from the few animals she befriended, Elphaba didn't leave many allies behind when she took to the skies with the Grimmerie. When news of her theft and villainy spread across Oz and reached Munchkinland, it had a massive impact on her father, who experienced a heart attack and died in his home, accompanied by his staff and his other daughter, Nessa Rose. With the sudden death of their mayor, Munchkinland must be in disarray as they desperately try to avoid the Wicked Witch, while also managing town affairs. In the musical, Nessa Rose takes her father's place as the mayor, becoming the voice of her people. Unfortunately, her ties to Elphaba make others wary of trusting her, and she develops a cold shoulder, becoming cruel to those she once loved. The next film will likely visit her ascension to power and how it impacts her relationship with her sister.
My precious little girl.
Father.
A parting gift.
Number 4. Glinda and Fiero's wedding. Speaking of relationships, things might be going well between Glinda and Fiero. If you're like me and have watched the stage production of Wicked, the wedding scenes in the For Good trailer might have thrown you for a loop. Originally, the couple doesn't get so close to marriage that they're standing at the altar. Fiero inevitably turns against his life in the wizard's guard to find and protect Elphaba. We see this storyline developing in the film's first part as Fiero saves the lion cub, becoming withdrawn from Glinda, and begins to question his direction in life. To see that he stays with Glinda and even tries to marry her feels like a regression of his character arc. So I can only assume that he'll back out at the last second, leaving Glinda at the altar and race off to find the woman he's actually in love with. Unless the whole thing is a dream sequence.
Wait. Are you a recently arrived student?
I am, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Number 5. Box transformation. Fiyero and Glinda's relationship isn't the only one doomed from the start. Bach tried to ask Glinda out before the Ozdust ballroom, but she cleverly convinced him to ask out Nessa Rose instead, claiming he would be her hero for doing so. At the ballroom, Bach tried to come clean about his intentions but ultimately felt bad for playing with Nessa's heart and continued dating her, despite his continued affections for someone else. After their relationship at Shiz, Bach follows Nessa Rose when she becomes the mayor of Munchkinland, but she realizes his love for her is false. She later gets her hands on the Grimmerie and, despite lacking her sister's natural magical talent, attempts to cast a spell to change Bach's heart. But it goes horribly wrong, causing it to shrink. Although Nessa had no intention of killing the man she once loved, Elphaba had to cast another spell to save his life, turning him into someone who didn't need a heart to live. Someone like a Tin Man. At least that's how the story goes on stage.
I know we don't really know each other yet.
You know what I believe, Vic?
It's Bick. It's Bach.
Number 6. Dorothy's arrival. The story also requires the arrival of Dorothy Gale, a girl from Kansas who gets swept up in a tornado only to land in Oz. Desperate to return home, Glinda sends her to meet the wizard, who promises to send her home and help her new friends if they can kill the Wicked Witch and bring her broomstick to him as proof. Dorothy is a pivotal part of Elphaba's story, being the one who ends her life in the original Wizard of Oz. Naturally, she'll play a role in Wicked as she appears twice in the recent trailer alongside her friends like the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and the Cowardly Lion.
We've done what you told us. We brought you the broomstick of the Wicked Witch of the West. We melted her.
Number 7. Freeing the animals. All of Dorothy's friends play pivotal roles in Wicked, although you might not realize it at first. For example, the Cowardly Lion is the lion cub that Elphaba and Fiyero rescue when they're still attending Shiz. Elphaba has always cared for the animals of Oz, viewing them as her equals. Naturally, she frowns upon the use of cages and the wizard's plan to get rid of them, which prompts her to turn against him in the first place. Most of Elphaba's plans and schemes throughout the second part of the film should include freeing or saving animals in need, including her former professor, Dr. Dillamond.
That's it. There we go. There we go.
Number 8. Fiyero confronting Elphaba. As Elphaba creates more disturbances throughout Oz, the wizard's desperation to catch her will only grow. He'll do everything he can to take back the Grimmerie and use Elphaba's innate magical abilities to his advantage. The easiest and least exhaustive way to stop Elphaba would be to use her closest friends against her. In the trailer, we see Fiyero leading the wizard's guard, and Glinda becoming the Good Witch of the North. They will likely do what they can to reason with Elphaba, convincing her to come peacefully for her safety. When she refuses, I suspect duty will force these old friends into uncomfortable confrontations, officially making them enemies. A twist like this will be especially hard for Fiyero and Elphaba, who still have feelings for one another.
The cub.
Mm-hmm.
I better get the
Of course.
the cub to safety.
Number 9. Glinda's Grimmerie. While Fiyero and Elphaba may resolve their romantic tension in the second part, she and Glinda must also reconcile their fractured friendship. Former enemies, then friends, and enemies once more, these two have shared a lifetime of experiences. And although they stand on opposing sides, it's clear they don't want to harm one another. They know they changed one another for the better, for good, which is the story's moral, and the inspiration for the title of this second part. The trust and friendship that Elphaba has made with Glinda will be a pivotal part of the narrative, all leading up to the moment where she entrusts the Grimmerie to Glinda, believing she's the only person in Oz who can keep it safe.
You're the only friend I ever had.
Because I knew you. And I've had so many friends.
Number 10. Elphaba's final magic trick. As a film adaptation, this version of Wicked can always take creative liberties with the story, but so far it's remained faithful to the original production, with a few embellishments and additional scenes. After Glinda receives the Grimmerie, we'll say our goodbyes to our favorite witches, as the end is near for the Wicked Witch of the West. Dorothy Gale is near, prepared with a bucket of water to melt Elphaba where she stands. And Glinda allows this story to be the one everyone in Oz hears, the tale of how the girl from Kansas killed their greatest evil. However, she may have tweaked the truth or might be unaware of Elphaba's final magic trick. In the stage production, she uses a trap door under her feet to make it seem like she melted, only to resurface once the coast is clear, using her death as the perfect opportunity to flee and start fresh with Fiyero.
I wouldn't want to impose.
It doesn't matter. Just come with me.
I couldn't possibly. This is your moment. I'm coming.
While many of these scenes come directly from the original Broadway production, the story told throughout the film allows the writers, directors, and actors to take creative liberties when telling us what becomes of Elphaba, Glinda, and everyone they meet in Oz. With 2 hours plus to fill, new scenes and character arcs will likely make their way into the script, expanding the world that die-hard Wicked fans already know and love. What are you most excited to see from the next part of the film? Are there any scenes you want added to the original story? Let us know your predictions in the comments below.
Sweetheart.
It opened for her.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Madame Morrible, what are you doing here?
Oh, dearie.